Welcome in everybody to Southside Ice Arena for a Friday matchup between two familiar teams. The Southside Foxes, aka your Bantam AA Fox Motors team, and the Michigan Motors, also known as the 2011 Tier 1 Bantam Minor. A friendly matchup, but a tournament nonetheless. Welcome to the Howie's Hometown Cup. Tournament held here at Southside Ice Arena and Kentwood Ice Arena over the weekend, welcoming teams from all over the Midwest. Game 2 tonight, 7:30 p.m. right back here, Southside Ice Arena. Currently on the green sheet, blue sheet, taken down for the summer for repairs. All games will be here. Come on out tonight and cheer on Fox as they take on, I believe, Windy City, 2011 AAA. Bantam AA are mostly all 2010 birth year kids. The AAA teams are, of course, year 2011. Just months separate some of these kids. A lot of them played together in mites and squirts. I know a few on the Michigan Motors side, Reed Ottaway. And play is set to begin. Face-off starts in the neutral zone. Foxes dump it in deep. Now Motors control. They'll outlet along the near side wall. Can't exit the zone. Held up there by gets loose. That's Meringa on the defense. Moore as well. Back to Meringa. Meringa gets tied up along the wall into help and sent cross ice to the far side. Moore gets a stick on it. Stops. Sends a pass to Carter Stark. Stark across the red line. Has it taken off his stick. Pushed ahead, and now freed up to Liam Day. Day curls back in the neutral zone, spins across the red line, advances into the Motors' end. Puck loosened up, and taken out by the Motors. Defenseman goes down, and we have a breakaway. In on Vitali, shot blocked, loose, and covered for the whistle. Good save by Vitali in net. Numbers are mixed up again for this game, so be patient with your broadcasters. We try to figure everyone out. In on the face-off is Martsky, wins the draw, gets it to Mason Day. Day sends it around the back of the net, up the wall for Bryce Winters. Winters backhand, can't exit the zone. And the Motors team moves it behind the net, now to the far side corner. Taken away by Winters, comes back to the middle. Martsky chips that one to neutral zone. There's Lucas Smilich giving chase along with Winters. Goalie out to play it. Deflected into the corner. Winters with it in the wall. Centering pass to Martsky. Shot blocked and saved for the whistle. Martsky, Winters, and Smilich up front for Fox. Kuhn and McAfee are your defenders. Face off one back to Kuhn at the point. He puts a shot towards net, deflected off the goalie into the back wall. Winters gets the rebound, brings it up the half wall, stops, pressured, dribbles. Now it comes loose. Kuhn tries to hold it in, but it'll come out to neutral zone. Dalen McAfee with it on his stick. Sends a pass and deflected out of play for a whistle. We'll call the team Foxes and Motors. Motors are in white, Foxes are in red. Unique in this tournament, teams aren't really going by their fall and winter team names. Got kind of nicknames going on. And so the Foxes win the draw, pass up the middle by Kuhn, deflected by Winters, but the icing arm is up. And we'll have a face-off in the D zone. Cameraman extraordinaire, Terry Atwood on the ladder here, getting some great shots of the action. Fox wins the draw. That's McAfee behind his own net. Got it to Winters, chipped ahead. Winters races after it. He's got it on his forehand. Rips a shot wide right of net. Comes around the near side. Kuhn tries to hold it in. Smilovich is there as well. Now Motors will carry it out through the middle. On the back check is Martsky, loosened up to the neutral zone. Winters chipped it ahead. He was looking for a shift change. Motors tried to dump it in, but picked off by Smilovich. Lucas carries it on the near side into the zone. Gets held up on the wall. Into help now is Richmond. No, that's Lopshire. Motors sends a pass to the middle, now to the near side. It's a race back, more pressures. Holds up play on the wall. Motors gets it at the point, shot wide right. That'll rattle around all the way to the far side point. Pass along the wall, taken away there by Ayler. Chipped ahead to Lopshire. Held up, Parker's gonna get control. Sends a pass to the near side off Richmond's stick. Richmond pushes it ahead, all the way deep behind the net. Nolan in after it. Motors gets control, taken away by Ayler. Ayler in front, rips a shot. Blocked by the goalie, loose in front. Richmond trying to dig at it. Shot in front by Ayler, knocked down by the goaltender. And Motors will get control. They'll bring it to neutral zone. Getting a stick on it is Maringa. Dumped in by Motors. Moore will be here on the wall. Cross ice pass, connects with Ayler, who finds Musley. Musley in the Motors zone, puts it towards net, bounces behind the net. Richmond's there, plays it to himself into the corner. On the back wall. Pollock there, now it comes out in front to Musley, couldn't get a shot. Moore sinks down. Moore from the circle, shot on net, and that's corralled in for a whistle. Moore and Maringa on defense. Fricano, Pollock, and Musley, your forwards. At the dot is Pollock. Face-off played by Fox, held in the zone by Maringa. Motors will get a stick on it though. They'll regroup into the corner, behind net. Now to the near side. Held up, now behind the net again, D to D. Outlet on the boards. Held up by Fricano, goes to Pollock behind the net. He has it on his forehand. Centering pass looking for Musley. Musley rips a shot and saved by the goaltender. Out on defense is Wiedenoff and Day. Musley, Pollock, and Fricano up front, and the Day rips a shot from the point that goes through 5-hole. And the Foxes take the 1-0 lead. Martsky, Stark, and Day come out up front for Fox. Mason and Wiedenoff. Mason, Day, and Paxton Wiedenoff on defense. Motors wins the draw. They go D to D in their own zone. Now pass through the middle, deflected into the Fox's zone. Mason Day taken in the corner, wraps it around over Wiedenoff's stick. Stark got a stick on it. Now comes to neutral ice. Day has it along with Martsky. Martsky rips a shot, saved by the goalie. Day gets the rebound on the half wall. Tries to find Stark. Stark puts a shot off the side of the net. Played in behind the net, still loose. Now Motors will take it in the corner. They'll play it back behind the net. Martsky's there, jumps on it. Tries to send a pass to the middle. Stark over to Day, rips a one-timer, saved by the goalie. Motors sends it up the half wall. Wiedenoff steps, holds it there. Gets it to Martsky in the corner. Martsky behind the net, centering pass, blocked and held by the goaltender for a whistle. 9:40 left in the first. Foxes with the early 1-0 lead. Martsky wins the draw. The Kuhn shot goes wide net of net. Day finds the rebound on the half wall. Finds Martzke on the cycle. Martzke sends it back behind the net. Day gives chase. Motors clears it to the near side, half wall. Martzke's there, ties it up. Day in to help. Tied up. In to help is Stark. Now it comes out. Motors will break out. I think that's Ben Siebiga for Motors, another player that has played with these boys in earlier years. Martzke has it in his own zone. Pass through the air to Day. He catches it to himself. Liam races after it. Liam has his stick lifted, taken away by Motors into the near side. Day now with it. Day toe drag through the middle. Couldn't get a shot, taken away, but Ehlers there. Ehlers off the half wall, back to Day in the corner. Day pushed up against the wall, behind the net. Motors will send it off to McAfee at the point. Tried to get a shot. Couldn't get good control, and now Motors tried to advance it, but Smilanich on the back check takes it away. Chipped off the wall to Ehlers. This is McAfee in his own zone. D to D to Moore. Moore's pressured off the wall, played by Motors, and in offsides. And we have a whistle. Moore and Maringa on defense. Smilanich, Ehlers, and Winters up front. Ehlers at the blue line, sends it back to Moore on the regroup. Moore tried to feed a pass, goes off a stick, gets it back, trying to find Maringa. Maringa high off the wall to neutral zone. Motors will control. Motors brings it back on the near side into the Fox zone, right through the middle, 3-on-1. Shot of Vitali's blocked, rebound in front, cleared away. Now played by Maringa, picked off by Motors, shot of Vitali, save. Rebound shot, another save. Behind the net, out in front, through some skates, off Vitali again. Maringa plays it. Through the legs to Smilanich. Lucas with a burst of speed. On the near side, Lucas shoots over the net. Far side, good shot. Played by Ehlers, deflected to the near side to Maringa. He rips a shot into the stomach of the goalie for the whistle. .7:23 left in the first. Lopshire, Richmond out on the wings. Pollock on the center dot. Day and Wiedenoff on defense. Face off to Wiedenoff, shot goes off a player. Rebound by Pollock. Loose in front. Shot goes wide right. Motors will clear it out on the near side. Pollock with a stick lift to hold it up there. Motors now off the wall, around the defender into the Fox zone. Mason Day is there. Tries to control. Pass in front. Shot of Vitali blocked. Back to the near side. Pass out to the point. Near side. Shot. Knocked down. Puck loose. Richmond will get a stick on it. He'll try to clear. Motors holds him up. Now taken by Mason Day. Pollock gets a stick. Sends it in. Pollock at the end line. Drops a pass to Mason. Shot towards net. Blocked. Loose in front. And covered for a whistle. Pollock on the dot, Richmond, Lopshire, Mason Day, and Paxton Wiedenoff on defense. Face-off tied up, Pollock taken out by Motors. They chip around the defender. This will be Mason Day with control. Pass to the far side to Lopshire, through the middle, knocked down by Motors, held in. Put in deep, Vitali will get a stick on it. Leaves it for Mason Day. Day is tied up. Wiedenoff's there to sweep it into the corner. Up the wall to Lopshire. Chips to Pollock. Pollock across the red line looking for Richmond in onside. Richmond tried to find Pollock on the pass. Goes into the back boards. Into the wall. Richmond's there. Through the air. Finds McAfee, who put a shot wide of net. Motors with control in their own zone. Behind the net. D to D they go. Into the corner. They'll curl back to the near side. Outlet pass connects. Pressured by Martzke. Played by Kuhn. Back to Motors. They'll rush it ahead. Held out of the zone by Musley, and Martsky takes it from the red line and dumps it in deep. Played around to the far side corner. Regroup pass to the middle, doesn't connect. Puck is loose on the wall. Now it comes out into the Fox zone. That's Elliot Fricano giving chase. Fricano tried to feed it behind the net off the back of the netting, so it's held up. McAfee now. Dalen will curl back behind his own net, try to set something up. Pass through the middle, that'll go the length of the ice. Fricano gives chase, but icing is whistled. .501 on the clock. Musley, Martsky, and Fricano up front. Moore and Maringa on defense. Motors with it, pass in front, goes through the slot. Point man will try to hold it in, pressured by Musley. Motors gets it back on the wall. Moore disrupts into the corner, pass in front, knocked down by Martsky. Loose behind the net, Maringa will take it. That one up into the air and into the netting. Deflection, and we'll get another draw in the D zone. Face off, played towards Vitale. Maringa with it behind his net. Maringa sends it off the wall. Held in by Motors, but carried up by Martsky. Martsky across blue line, tried to drag around the defender. Goalie's got to come out and play it loose in front. Still loose in front. Shot by Fricano, played into the wall. Moore tries to hold it up. Comes on the wall, Fricano sends it back in deep. Motors will play it high off the wall. And the icing arm is up. And we'll come back to the offensive zone. 4:09 on the first period clock. Ayler on the face-off dot. Day and Stark, his line mates. Mason, Day, and Wiedenoff on defense. Motors able to move it to neutral zone. They'll carry it in wide, gets around the defender, chipped away off a Wiedenoff stick, and Stark sends a pass through the middle, knocked down by Motors. Builds control, back into the Fox zone, 3-on-1 in the zone. Pass to the middle, played out by Vitale. Now pass up to Day. Day carries it across mid-ice into the Motors zone, takes it wide on his backhand. He'll stop in the corner. Now curls back into the corner. He'll feed it back to Wiedenoff at the point. Wiedenoff puts it off the glass. Played by the Motors player. They'll try to center it. Played by Mason Day, but taken back by Motors. Near side pass. Shot on Vitale wide left. Played up on the far side wall. Day tried to chip around, held up, now brought to neutral zone. Motors pass to the near side and dumped in deep. Takes a carom off the Zamdor. Mason Day is there to play it. He'll send a pass around the far side to Wiedenoff. Hustling in as Motors, they tie it up there. Now it comes out loose. Ayler sends it back to Day. Day across mid-ice and he'll dump it in. Go for the change. Motors plays it behind their own net. They'll regroup to the far side. Now pass to the near side corner. Back to behind the net. Played up the wall. Kuhn put it softly in the corner. Motors gets control. Motors now off the wall into Fox zone. McAfee with a stick on it. Over to Kuhn. Kuhn's pass picked up by Motors. Rushed in on the far side. Used the wall to get around the defender. Into the corner. McAfee lays a hit. Now Kuhn with it. Through some skates. Chip back to McAfee. McAfee now finds Pollock. Pollock carries it across the red line. Into the Motors end. Drop to Smilanich. Smilanich shot off a shin guard. Lucas finds it behind the net. Motors played it along the near side wall. And they'll put it to neutral zone, but picked off by McAfee. McAfee weaves back to the middle, drop pass. No one able to find it. Good try. And now Motors brings it back with some numbers. Into the Foxes zone, top of the circle shot, deflected over Vitale. Motors still with it in the zone. Penalty arm is up. Penalty on the Foxes. Motors play it. Foxes finally touch up. And we'll get a high stick call on McAfee. 1:19 left in the first. Fox on their first penalty kill. Moore and Meringa on defense. Smilanich and Winters up front. Face-off played and won by Motors. They'll control it now. Moore got a stick on it, tried to feed a pass through the middle. The goaltender will play it. He'll send it clearing the zone, but touching it is Meringa. Motors brings it, though, forward. Pass through the middle, played by Smilanich. He sends it back to neutral zone. Giving chase is Winters. Motors with it. Winters peppering. They take it behind their own net, D to D to the near side corner. Motors now carries out through the neutral zone. They dump it in. Moore gets a stick on it, holds it up at the wall. Moore along with Smilanich can't clear the zone. Motors with control. They'll carry it to the middle. Shot on Vitale and they score. Preston Morier, another player that has spent some time with some of these kids at the younger age, ripped a shot from the shooting lane, and that one went glove side in on Vitale. Power play goal, 28 seconds left in the period. Martsky on the draw, tied up in some skates. Mason Day will play it, gets around the defender. Mason will carry it in to the zone and dump it in behind net. Giving chase is Martsky. Martsky holds it at the wall. Martsky still with control. He finds Wiedenoff at the point. Wiedenoff lays a shot towards net, knocked down. 10 seconds on the clock. Motors try to clear off a defender's stick into the Foxes zone. Good chase here after the puck. Motors in front, saved by Vitale, loose. And that means the end of the first period. Second period set to begin. All tied up at 1. Up front is Martsky, Richmond, and Lopshire. On defense, Mason Day and Wiedenoff. Face off won by Foxes. Motors take it away though. Into the Foxes zone. Motors sends it in deep behind net. Martsky. Day gets a stick on it. Now played by Lopshire. High off the glass. Kicked in by the point man. Now cleared out by Martsky. If tries to find Richmond. Puck loose. Motors gets control. They try to outlet up the boards. Day tried to fire a pass through the middle. Lopshire now with it on the far side wall. Pass back to Wiedenoff at the point. Flutters one in the air in front, loose, and cleared out by Motors. Pass up the near side, gets around Day. Into the middle, Wiedenhoff tried to play it. Motors will try to advance it, but Paxton on a nice job taking it away. Now he'll rush it ahead himself. Wiedenhoff on the far side, takes it wide into the back wall. Tied up, Martzke there to help. Martzke trying to kick it loose into the corner. Motors will control. Pass to the near side, connects. Pass up the middle. Now dumped in deep. Vitale out of his net. Loose behind the net. Martzke's there. He'll send it to Richmond on the wall. Loose in the feet. Richmond held in by the point man. Shot towards Vitale. Deflected in front. Loose. And Aiden will smother it for a whistle. On the face-off, cleared out by Kuhn. Racing after it is Fricano. Good speed. Taken by Musley, held up there. Motors in the feet, still loose. Now it comes out. Fricano tried to rip a shot, couldn't get a good grip on it. Cleared out into the far side wall. Motors will play it. Now sent to the near side. Motors behind their own net. Leaves it in the corner. Outlet pass. Held up by McAfee. Motors, though, will clear that one to neutral zone. Picking it off is McAfee, and a backhand dump goes in deep. In hard is Fricano. Motors with it. They'll clear it to neutral ice. Kuhn gives chase. He'll control in his own zone. Jackson turns, sends a pass to the near side. Couldn't connect with Ayler. Played by Motors along the wall. Ayler takes it back. Miles gets around the defender into the zone. Motors takes it away. Pass behind the net. Far side. Ayler plays it in the neutral. Or this is McAfee in the neutral zone. Back to Ayler on the near side. He'll dump it in. Played by the goaltender. Softened up into the corner. Musley pressured, but played D to D behind the net. Pass out to the middle. Connect. Almost connected. McAfee will play. McAfee in his own zone. Now cross ice off the far wall. Icing arm is up. And we'll have a D-zone face-off. Moore and Maringa on defense. Pollock, Day, and Stark up front. Face-off tied up. Moore got a stick on it out to Stark. Stark will carry it wide on the far side. Pushes it into the corner. Pollock in to help. Tied up in skates still. Trying to move it is Musley in to help. Now it comes loose. Motors will have it behind their own net. Pass on the near side. That'll come out to neutral zone. Moore got a stick on it, put it back in, onside. Motors will send it back out, neutral ice, and they've got a break. Shot of Vitale's blocked, still loose in front, saved by Vitale. Cleared out by Pollock. Pollock ahead, he finds Moore. Moore chips it deep, goes after it. Evan Moore now in the far side corner. Taken away from him. On the near side, Motors will have control. They'll break it out and dump it in from the red line. Giving chase. This is Moore again behind his own net. Moore pass. Trying to find Pollock. Gets shipped around. Day had his stick lifted. Neutral ice. Pollock finds the loose puck and puts it in deep. Liam Day gives chase. Motors send it D to D behind their own net. On the near side. Pass to the middle connects. In on Vitale's shot, and they score. Low shot through the legs, goes in, and Motors takes the 2-1 lead. Martzke, Winters, and Smilanich up front. Day and Wiedenoff on defense. Mason across the red line. He'll dump it in deep. Going hard after that is Martzke and Smilanich. Tied up on the wall. Martzke will get control. Martzke trying to find Winters in front. Winters shot. Blocked and held for the whistle. Face off in the offensive zone. Martzke on the dot with Winters and Smilanich. Wiedenoff and McAfee, that's Mason Day on defense. Face off sent into the wall. Motors will get control. They'll curl behind their own net. D-to-D pass connects. Motors outlet goes long. Wiedenoff feeds it back in along the wall. Smilanich deflected to the middle. Day's there, slides in to hold it in, but Motors will carry it out. On the back check is Smilanich, takes it away. Lucas with control. He brings it up mid-ice. Try to feed it to Winters, knocked down by Motors. Centering pass. Held in onside, through the middle, shot, deflected. Wiedenoff gets control, tried to find a pass through the middle. Motors gets it back. They dump it in. Icing arm is up. Played by Mason Day. Chipped ahead off a skate by Winters to the Motors. Red line, dump in deep. Played by Winters behind his own net. Outlet pass up the wall. Played by Motors through mid-ice. Pass along the near side doesn't connect. Smilanich will get a stick on it. Tied up and dumped in by Motors. Into the corner, Mason Day. Motors is there first. They'll wrap it around to the near side. Smilanich is here. Held in at the blue line by the point, but carried out by Martzke. Martzke dumps it through the middle. Winters knocked it down. And Motors gets control behind their own net. Fox off for a change. Motors carries across mid-ice. Backhand goes in deep. Behind the net, Mason Day with it. Pass out to the point. Lopshire disrupts. That comes out to neutral zone. Played by Motors now through neutral ice. They'll advance it ahead. Back into the Foxes zone. Played away by Wiedenoff, but the Foxes get it back through the middle. Now on the near side. They'll dump it in deep behind the net. Taken by Motors. Pass out to the point. Point man lays a shot towards net. Knocked down. Loose in front. Blocked by Vitale. And he'll hold for a whistle. .807 left in the second. 2-1 your score. Miles Ayler on the face-off. Played out of the zone. Motors will control. They'll curl back and dump it in deep, giving chase is McAfee. Knocked down by Motors behind the net. They'll get control. Pass in front. Played out by Ayler. Ayler finds Richmond. Richmond flicks it to mid-ice, but Motors there. Pressured by Lopshire. Motors curls back to the near side. Now a pass, can't connect. Richmond got a stick on it, but deflected up into the wall, out of play. Pollock in on the dot. Musley and Fricano is line mates. Pollock tried to dump it in, but into the bench for another face-off. Motors wins the draw. They try to D-to-D. D-man went down, so it went loose on the near side. Pollock feeds it back to McAfee. Shot knocked down. Comes back to Dalen. Dalen puts a shot wide left of net. Into the far side. Pollock with control. Brings it to the middle. Has it taken off his stick. And Motors will clear. Fricano on the back check. Puck is loose. Musley with the backhand to Pollock. Pollock feeds Fricano. Fricano rushes in, shot wide of net. Moore's fresh off a change, holds it in, puts it on net, knocked into the backboards. Motors plays it in the corner, Fricano battling, Pollock there, Musley as well. Musley ties it up on the wall. Motors, D-man tried to send it out and back in for the offsides. Face off outside the Motors zone. Pollock on the dot, Musley, Fricano up front. Meringa and Moore on defense. Meringa chips it off the boards to Musley. Played by Motors. They'll turn and send a pass cross ice, and they'll regroup in their own zone. D to D, now loose along the far side wall. Musley pressured, now pass to the near side. Racing after it is Meringa. Motors with control. Meringa drives play into the corner. Pass to the point man goes long, and Fricano races after it. Elliot Fricano 3-on-1. Fricano in on net, shot blocked by the goalie and held for the whistle. Fox called on a penalty here, roughing call, 6:03 in the second, face off all the way down into the D zone. Moore and Meringa, your defenders, Stark and Day up front. Stark in on the face-off dot. Face-off played ahead by Moore, trying to chip it out. Held in, Motors with it, top of the circle, shot wide left. Bounces around to the far side. Motors put another shot, played by Vitale, behind the net. Pass out in front to the circle, shot wide left. Far side wall, held in by Motors, dumped in deep. Puck held up there by Day. Moore cleared it. And that'll settle in the Motors zone, giving chases Stark. Stark, Motors sends a pass through the middle, deflected through some sticks. Moore got a stick on it. Day clears the zone. Knocked down by Day. Another penalty called. Foxes will be on a 5-on-3 here for 39 seconds. 5:12 left in the second as Stark goes for interference. Face-off sent behind the net. Wiedenoff comes out with it, sends it off the wall. Icing arm is up. 10 seconds taken off the 5-on-3. Right back to the D zone for a face-off. Martsky on the dot. Mason Day and Paxton Wiedenoff his line mates. Martsky sends it in the corner, taken by the Motors, played into the corner, taken away by Wiedenoff. He sends that one the distance. Icing arm is up again. Another 8 seconds taken off the 5-on-3, 20 seconds left. Jake Martsky on the face-off dot again. Face-off played by Wiedenoff. Loose, now out to the point man. Try to pass, couldn't control. Pass back to the point in the middle. Now on the near side wall. Sinks down low, pressured by Mason Day. 4 seconds left until Fricano comes out. Out of the box comes Fricano. Shot of Vitali's blocked. 5-on-4 for another 45 seconds. Motors with it, pass out to the point. This is Hunter Shell on the near side. Shell lays a shot, blocked by Vitali. Weedenoff through the air, sends that the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Motors goalie out to play it. In their own zone now. They'll bring it forward. Fricano on the back check, but held in at the blue line. Now chipped out by Fricano. Off the boards, Martsky races after it. Jake Martsky with it. Martsky tried to feed Fricano, went long. Back behind the wall, Jake is tied up. Held up there, now taken out by Motors. 5 seconds left in the penalty. McAfee takes it away. Behind the net, sends it on the far side. Motors will hold it in. McAfee knocks that down. Held up in the corner, 5-on-5 again, as Winters joins play. Pass to the near side, looking for Smilanich. Goes long, D couldn't play it. Martsky gets a stick on it for Winters. Winters in on net, shot! Blocked by the goalie. Winters gets his own rebound behind the net. Winters controls behind net. Bryce Winters sends it on the near side to McAfee at the point. McAfee trying to get a shot. Ripped on net and caught for the whistle. 3:03 on the second period clock. Ayler on the dot, wins the draw to Winters. Feeds McAfee at the point, puts a shot wide left of net. Rebound behind the net. Smilanich plays it. This is Ayler. Ayler into the back corner, back wall. Motors gets a stick on it, and they go D to D. On the near side, pass up the wall, connects. Pass through the middle, taken away by Kuhn. Kuhn keeps it on the near side, leaves it for Smilanich, through some skates, and dumped in by Motors. Ayler now carries back to the middle. He's got some room. Ayler carries it ahead, leaves a pass for McAfee. McAfee from the circle shot, rebound in front, and he scores! Bryce Winters gets the rebound goal, and we are back tied at 2. Lopshire, Richmond up front, Moore and Maringa on defense. On the face-off dot is Ayler. Motors plays it ahead on the near side. Centering pass through some sticks. Lopshire tried to feed Richmond, but taken by Motors. Top of the circle, shot of Vitali. He'll cover that for the whistle. .212 left in the second period. Face-off won by Motors, ripped a shot. Rebound on Vitali, goes wide. Played up the wall, Lopshire gets control, sends it to the near side. Richmond gives chase, Motors will control behind their net. They'll hold it for the near side, on the near side. Off the wall, little chip played by Lopshire and put back in the zone. Motors will come up the near side, Moore tries to hold it in, but offsides whistled. Miles Ayler on the face-off dot. Tied up in some skates, referee's skates. Now played into the Motors end. Ayler chases. Motors, though, gets it back. Nice stick by Lopshire, turnover. Parker with it at the dot shot. Rebound, Richmond. Tried to get a shot, couldn't get it. Cleared out by Motors. To the middle, Lopshire got another stick on it to Richmond, who dumped it in. Ayler behind the net, left it for Richmond. Richmond, pass out to Maringa. Maringa rips a shot, and that's sucked in by the goaltender for a whistle. 1:14 on the second period clock. Boston Pollock on the faceoff dot. Musley on the wing along with Fricano. Mason Day and Wiedenoff on defense. Motors will control in their own zone. Pass goes to neutral zone. Played by Wiedenoff. Sends it soft off the wall. Left in the zone. Musley and Pollock trying to hold it in. Motors frees it up. Musley gets it loose. Taken away by Motors. And they pass up the near side. Held up by Day. Brought in the zone. Musley getting a stick on it. Motors returned and ripped a shot off Mason Day behind net. Wiedenoff carries out. Pass through the middle off a skate. Cleared to neutral zone. Now it comes loose to Motors. Motors puts a shot wide left of net and into the corner. Motors behind the net. They'll send it back to the far side point, who dumps it on the wall. Loose behind the net. Motors again, sends it back to the point man, sinks down into the half wall. Wiedenoff gets a stick, moves it up the boards. Chipped by Fricano. Pollock comes out to neutral zone and back in for offsides. 5 seconds on the second period clock. Played into the wall. Motors brings it in, and that buzzer means we are done for our second period. Along with Day. Liam picks it out of the corner. Liam towards the middle, backhand shot, knocked down. Martzke on the rebound, wrap around. Day in front, and he scores! Liam Day with his first goal of the game, first goal of the weekend. Nice play by Martzke and Stark to create that opportunity in front. Well, folks, viewers, I am sorry to do this, but work is calling. This game started just a tad bit late, and so I may have to end this broadcast early. Motors dumps it in the Fox zone. They go in deep on the far side. Behind the net, played by Martzke. Loose in front, loose on the side. Played back to the point man on the far side. Disrupted. Held in. McAfee got a stick on that one. Dumped it in. Goes in deep. Motor zone. Pass behind the net. Motors with it. Pass through the middle. Can't connect. Held in. Tried to hold it in at the blue line was McAfee, but dumped in offsides. Loose in front. Winters rips a shot, goes wide of net. Played by Moore at the point, couldn't get a stick on it, but held in by Ayler. Puts a backhand that goes in deep. Motors plays along the near side wall. Tried to hold it in was Maringa. That'll come out into the Fox's zone. Moore with it. behind his own net. Pressured, puts a backhand off the far wall. Winters able to carry it out, tried to find Smilanic on the streak through the middle. Motors will dump it back in. Maringa in the corner. Gets tied up behind the net. Moore's there to help. Comes loose. Maringa on the wall, tied up. Motors frees it up. They off the wall. Still in the corner. Motors trying to move it out. They've got control. Play it into the wall again. Now it comes loose. Ayler. Miles chips around the defender and Smilanic races after. 3-on-2. Smilanic shot on net. Loose. Oh, rebound almost put in by Winters. Good save by the goaltender. Winters off the wall to Moore at the point. Moore tries to lose his man. Takes it to the middle. Puts a shot that goes wide. Winters with it in the corner. Through some skates. Now the wall. Maringa tried to hold it in. Motors chips around him to neutral zone. Evan Moore with the puck. Moore will send it to the near side, back to Winters. Cross the red line, into the zone. Winters, backhand through the middle, loose in front. Taken by Miles. Ayler, held behind the net. In to help is Smilanic. Lucas has room, sends it back to Day at the point. Mason rips a shot, blocked by the goalie. Into the corner it goes. Smilanic again with it. On the wall, Smilanic, Holters, or Ayler. Ayler sends it around to Winters on the near side. Winters left it in the corner, now goes after it behind the net. Motors will wrap that around. That'll go softly into the Fox zone. It's a race. Mason Day after it. Day behind his own net. 11:32 left in the third. Maringa chipped it ahead to Smilanic. Puck just drifted off his stick, but Lucas gets it back. Lucas on his backhand shot goes wide. Motors with it now behind the net. Lucas Smilanic holds it in at the point. Lucas sinks it along the half wall into the corner. He's tied up, sends a pass looking for Richmond. Picked off by Motors, and they've got some numbers. 3-on-2 in the Fox's end. They bring it to the middle. Day applies pressure. Motors with it as they go down into the corner. Taken by Richmond. He'll race it ahead. Richmond through mid-ice. Crosses the red line and dumps it in deep. Motors, outlet on the wall. Loose behind the net. Motors the first there in the corner. He'll send it up the wall. McAfee gets a stick on it, gets it to Wiedenoff. Wiedenoff in his own zone, curls to the near side. Fights off pressure, still with it, takes it to the middle. Tried to leave a pass to McAfee. Now Motors rushes it ahead, pass to the middle. In on Batali, Aiden with the save, loose behind the net. McAfee takes it away. McAfee tried to move it up. Motors gets it back. Down low. Still loose. Motors brings it into the wall. Pass out to the point. Shot on net. Played by Wiedenoff. Chips it to Lobshire. Lobshire battles back on Vitali. Cleared out by McAfee. To the wall, Lobshire's there. Off the wall, finds Richmond, knocks it down. Nolan Richmond races ahead on his forehand, in on net. Nolan pass over, gets knocked down into the corner. Richmond finds Lobshire at the end line. Parker's tied up. Tried to feed a pass in the middle, knocked down by Motors. And they'll carry it to the middle, held up by Pollock. Motors now backhand through neutral zone, played by Moore. Moore settles it down off the wall. Played by Motors in neutral ice, and they'll